Time now is 7:45. Political analyst Mark Curtis joins us live from San Francisco this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Ross.
You know, we just heard Bill Clinton saying, chill out. How many times have we heard that over the weekend? And he's saying nothing. No primary was more rough and tumble than the one he went through in 1992. And when they did a national survey, he was behind Ross Perot even. When it came to, so he said these things work out differently than what we might expect.
Well, whether you like Bill Clinton or not, the man knows politics. He knows how to read an electoral map, and he knows this is not over. He was not only behind Ross Perot, he was behind George H.W. Bush in those polls back in '92 as well, and we wound up all calling him Mr. President for 8 years. So I think he's right on the money. People need to just relax. I think these calls by Senator Pat Leahy and others that Hillary Clinton drop out of the race are just ridiculous. I mean, nobody wants the quality of quitter in a president. So she's close, she's behind, she's in second place, but she still has a chance to win this thing, so why quit?
Yeah, and they're not bashful to bring up the fact that all these delegates, whether they're pledged delegates or not, are really up for grabs. Even though in the popular vote, maybe they were voted on by obviously the people, they are up for grabs.
And I think the Clintons are banking on that. Obviously, they're behind in the delegate count, but they're hoping people will switch. You know, this whole controversy over the Reverend Jeremiah Wright and his very fiery comments from the pulpit hurt Obama for a while anyway. But that plants the seed in you know, undecided superdelegates' minds that, hey, maybe this is not the guy we should go with. Maybe we should go with, you know, Hillary Clinton, the voice of experience. So, you know, the Clintons are hedging their bets that people will change their minds.
She also brought up over the weekend, Hillary Clinton did, that I mean, she hasn't forgotten Michigan and Florida, and says if we don't get that resolved, you know, we'll take it to the Credentials Committee. What does the Credentials Committee do?
Well, the Credential Committee, you know, authorizes and legitimizes the delegates. I mean, you can't get seated in that convention hall without your credentials. And so if they, excuse me, if they don't seat people with credentials from Florida or Michigan, those delegates simply aren't going to count. Look, this is not about the convention, though. This is really about November. Bill Clinton said it best when he said he can't imagine the Democrats winning without Michigan, and he can't imagine the Democrats winning if they don't win in Florida, or he can't imagine them losing if they win Florida. The important point here is these are two of the top 10 largest states in the country. If the Democrats anger voters in those states and they stay home, the Republicans are going to win. The Democrats can simply kiss this election goodbye without Michigan or Florida.
Let's talk about one more thing that went on down at the state convention in San Jose over the weekend. He has hinted many times, but the former mayor of Oakland says he thinks he might like to be governor again, Jerry Brown.
Yeah, Jerry Brown, and look, it's certainly a possibility. Here's the problem for Jerry Brown. He left office in 1975, so anybody that was born during his tenure is either 32 or less and probably doesn't remember him. And many of the old folks that got him elected governor way back in the 1970s are now dead. So who does he appeal to for a constituency for voters? Well, he was mayor of Oakland for 8 years, and he did get himself elected Attorney General of California. Look, anybody that can win statewide, whether it's insurance commissioner or attorney general, is a legitimate candidate for governor because they won from, you know, one end of California to the other, and they're a serious threat.
Well, there are a lot of other Californians looking for that job as well. Even Gavin Newsom is, I guess, tossing it around.
Oh, certainly Gavin Newsom. You know, he's going to term out as mayor of San Francisco. You know, we've heard that he's looking at perhaps running for Barbara Boxer's Senate seat if she doesn't run again. That would be a tight match because that might be a Schwarzenegger-Newsom lineup for that seat, or the mayor might run for governor of California. His problem is his constituency is San Francisco, and perhaps he might get some votes in Los Angeles. But places like that are more conservative, such as Orange County or the Central Valley, it's going to be very difficult for somebody like Gavin Newsom, who's very controversial, especially over the whole gay marriage debate. And, you know, he's somebody that might be radioactive other parts of the state. He does well in San Francisco, but does that mean he could run statewide? Who knows? Jerry Brown, John Garamendi, those are guys we know have run statewide in California and have won, and a lot of people will be putting their bets on them because of that.
All right, thank you, Mark. Good talking to you this morning. If you want to read Mark's blog, all you have to do is go to markcurtismedia.com. Thank you, sir. Time now 7:49. Let's go back to the desk.